Hi Cancer, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. This is your weekly reading for October 25th through the 31st. So it's Halloween week. Welcome and happy Halloween to you guys. If you like to celebrate, I do. I love the costumes. I love everything about it. So this week we're going to use the Steampunk Tarot. I love this deck. I have for years and years. It was one of my first decks and I adore it. The book is written by Barbara Moore, beautifully and brilliantly written, discussing the dichotomy of the archetypes. I love it. And the illustrations are fantastic, and they're by Ali Fell. So I love that deck so much, and I'm happy to use it. Also, we're going to use the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck today. This is by Alana Fairchild with the artwork of Autumn Sky Morrison. So I hope you really like them. All right, Cancer, let's just jump right in, and I'll start shuffling for you from the Sacred Rebels Oracle. So just settle in with me if you would, Cancer, and relax. Take some time for you. I hope you're going to have a happy Halloween week. If you're dressing up for Halloween, let me know. What is your costume? Put it in the comment section because I would love to know. Absolutely love to know. And if you have a picture, that would be even better. Okay, I really am a costume fanatic. It's really fun. I love everything about it. All right, Sacred Rebels Oracle there. Pandora's Gift. Interesting. All right, very good. And I will read that for you in just a few moments. And I'm going to pull your 9 from the Steampunk Tarot. Everything about this deck is just phenomenal to me. So we are now in Scorpio season, right? First week, basically. It started on the 23rd. So happy birthday to anybody that has Cancer, and if you're a Cancer moon or rising, but Scorpio is your birthday sign, then happy birthday to you. Scorpio season is deep, right? It's the deepest water, so it can be very emotional. It's also spiritual and intimate. I think it's the most intimate sign, right? It's eighth house stuff, life, death, rebirth. Transformational, and I love that about it. All right, 3 cards popped right out. I'm going to cut the deck. So if you'll take 3 deep cleansing breaths with me there, all right, Cancer, and we'll see what we see for the week. Let me know. Do you guys decorate for Halloween? Do you give out candy? Do you go to parties or haunted houses? Do you do any of that? Are you a jack-o'-lantern carver? Just curious. All right, 9 are out, and let me just lay the 3 from the bottom of the deck as well. You are really looking at your feelings right now and probably feeling a lot of deep feels. Cancer season is going to be deep for you. Scorpio season is going to be deep for you, Cancer, because it's a sister water sign, right? You're water. And it's the most intimate of feelings. It's also incredibly sensual, and I love that about it. So it's a time when we really love to, you know, make our autumn foods, right? I always say that, stews and soups, you know, all the gourds and the pumpkins and things like that. A lot of baking, that kind of thing. Very fun. All right, so today you get Pandora's Gift, right? And this is about opening up to knowledge. And with knowledge, you know how they always say ignorance is bliss? Well, if that's the case, I suppose the opposite might be true, right? That knowledge can be difficult and opening up to things that maybe you need to. So one of the things I do find about Scorpio season, it's a very cleansing and clearing time. And, you know, we just went through a major full moon, that full moon in Aries, which was about the self, right, in Libra season, which was about the other. So if you were dealing with a lot of issues in partnerships, but also your part in the dynamic of the relationships, that makes sense. And now, maybe really looking at what it is that you're trying to transform within yourself, within your relationship, or all your relationships. Because Scorpio is so intimate, right? The people that you really trust. Scorpio season is very much about trust in many ways. All right, so we have Pandora's Gift. Yes, this mythic woman has been much aligned throughout history, but her name means all gifted. Let's see. But she's also the hopeful voice of the soul that asks the question and can trigger the process that brings the answers to your deepest questions, right? But sometimes it's uncomfortable, and it's through uncomfortable learning that we do find our deepest treasures. That makes sense to me. So Pandora reminds us that the process of learning can take us to places that seem like the end of one world, and yet not all is lost. Because even now the light within you is stirring for new revelation, new life, and new adventures. So it means all gifted and all giving. It invites you to forego your belief in judgments, the time to surrender all misplaced guilt that you may have brought upon yourself or another, time to let go of any shame-based beliefs. So it says begin your grounding and your healing by grounding your attention in the here and now, away from any daily distractions and your own thoughts. This process will take you beyond the intellect, right? And into the purely intuitive knowing encoded in the divine light of your soul. So you're going through a shift and going through perhaps a deep process of healing old things and letting go of them, right? Familial things. The 8th house of Scorpio is very much about our pain body and where we store those kinds of things. So going through that and basically clearing and cleansing, because we're moving forward, right? All the planets that were in retrograde have been moving forward. We're moving forward. So it's just, I think, that final way to look in Scorpio season at the deep part of ourselves with different eyes. Seeing those parts of ourselves with different eyes, accepting the truths of ourselves, the light and the shadow. And, just, I think, hopefully, being ready to make some changes. So I like that a lot. Let me take a look here while you're doing some deep breathing and relaxing. I hope you'll settle in and relax your shoulders and your spine. Oxygenate the brain, bring down your cortisol, right? And let me take a look. Cancer. Maybe your feelings have been a bit overwhelming lately. And maybe it's just because you feel that push, that urge, that need to just bring some new life into your daily life and move yourself forward. I like that a lot. I think you want to have deep, true love and intimacy. But I also think you want that kind of passion back in your life. And in your work as well. I'm seeing a good life-work balance here and getting into that balance. Maybe Libra season really helped you understand how to do that while Mercury was in retrograde. And now that Mercury is forward and we've got more clear minds and, we're not having so much communication issues, we can actually put any plans that you made in Libra season through Mercury retrograde now into action in Scorpio season. Going through your feelings about things, letting go of things that might be a little hard to, It's a good time to sort of pull out the decorations for the holidays, but also to clean out stuff, right? And get rid of things we don't need anymore. So it can be a time to clean out clutter, both emotionally and physically. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. This is about rest and recovery, okay? Taking time out for peace of mind. And the Seven of Cups is about looking at your options and choices. It's also about examining your feelings about things. The things that you used to want, the things that have changed, and maybe the new things that you want now. Because, this is a Cups card, so it's about our feelings, but it's also about choosing the options that we choose in life, many times based on our feelings. Right? And when you get peace of mind about old stuck feelings that you've let go of, you're like, yeah, that doesn't really bother me anymore. I'm okay with letting go of this. I've changed, right? I'm emotionally more mature. I'm deeper, wiser. So that makes sense. And maybe that's why you've had this breakthrough with the Tower card. Maybe an emotional breakthrough. Maybe if you've been through a bit of an emotional breakdown lately and had to really purge and cry and go through some things, especially if you were healing, right? Then it might have felt like a bit of a breakdown and breakthrough, right? So I think that happens for us very often when we do purge out some old stuck feelings and we let them go. It's really liberating, isn't it? Right? Especially with Pandora's gift, because if you opened up sort of an old door in the back of your mind to look at some stuff and deal with it, to shed light on it and say, I get this now. I understand why I felt that way. I understand this is part of my healing process. I understand my family members, the way I was raised, my ancestors, a little bit better now, a little bit deeper. And so I can let go of what I don't want to take forward in my life, and I can take forward what I want to. And maybe that was your breakthrough. Perhaps, right? All right, so I'm looking at that. The reason I'm saying that is I think that you've got a new lease on life, Cancer, with the Fool card. This is really about being willing to let go of old baggage, right? The Fool carries one little knapsack, doesn't he? Now, he's not bogged down by a bunch of baggage, which allows him to blaze new trails, take new paths, take a risk occasionally, and with almost like a child's mind of wonderment, seeing the world with possibilities. That's what this card is. But also with passion, right? Something that gets your blood moving, something that gets you excited. This together, that is a passionate new beginning and an exciting one. With Justice, it could be something legal. If you're buying a new home, opening a new business, anything like that, that's potential, obviously, with these cards. But Justice is also just bringing things back into order, back into balance, and helping you get your life feeling that way, right? And maybe having new energy to get things into a really good balance where you're able to stay, emotionally mature and get things done and keep things in balance, but also take some risks, do something from your passion itself, okay? That's potential. So looking at that. I think maybe that's what you did go through in Libra season with that Justice card. Finding some new fire inside of yourself. You're looking at your long-term life with the Ten of Pentacles, the life well lived, the life you want to live. This is also a card of abundance. So maybe taking a shot at a new job, or like I said, opening a business, something that is going to earn you money, right? You could also be looking at retirement and getting really passionate about planning that out if you're of that age, okay? For others of you that are younger, maybe, like I said, a new job that's going to pay you well and has long-term potential. With the King of Cups, this is in the center of your reading today, Cancer, and I think it represents you in the yang aspect of yourself, that emotionally you are feeling mature. You've got two kings, so emotionally feeling mature, spiritually feeling mature, like you've got a new lease on life and you want to try to do something for the long term that's going to really bring you the kind of life and the kind of happiness that you want. Look at this. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. That's a beautiful life well lived. And if this is you, Cancer, you're feeling pretty strong and feeling pretty good. And also pretty brave with the King of Wands above that. So I really see you having a new lease on life. This week could be a bit of a change for you. Maybe you just really love the holidays, and every year, maybe this is the time where you sort of take stock of things and you really enjoy your life, right? Through your heart, through your spirit, you just enjoy it. Maybe that's what's going on. Now with the Four of Cups, if there's someone near you that isn't quite sure about taking new risks, isn't quite sure, is sort of an emotional neutral, maybe not as passionate as you're feeling right now, or if the other person is the King of Wands feeling really fired up and passionate about starting something and you're a little bit reserved, well, that's okay. Because somebody here is being very responsible and looking at the day-to-day and everything that needs to get done with the Knight of Pentacles, right? So this is about the how are we going to do it? I want to take that cup. I want to take that new opportunity. I just want to make sure that it's safe and solid and responsible and practical, right? I want to make sure. With the World card, though, I think you're going to achieve whatever goal it is that you're really looking at achieving right now. You have incredibly beautiful cards on this table that says anything that you're embarking on right now, which could really be an option that kind of really surprises you. Uranus in Taurus is doing that for all of us right now this year. It's kind of like bringing surprising, shocking changes in our lives, doing new things that we never imagined ourselves doing in a new way, right? That's Uranus, having to invent new ways of doing things in a very, very Taurus kind of way, which is about the earth, about our day-to-day life, how we create our safe, stable environment, our home, our job, and the things that we count on. So this could be like a really surprising new choice, or something could happen in your life where you're like, wow, I never expected that, but maybe, just maybe, it'll offer us an option to change something and do something, and finding some peace of mind about it. That's kind of how I'm seeing that. But look at these gorgeous cards. You have, first of all, the three major arcana. Fool, taking a new risk. Justice, could be something that has to do with legalities. Signing paperwork, again, business, could be a lot of things, right? And then the World, achievement, accomplishment. So what is this for you, right? Depending on what that Justice card means for you. Those are three major arcana that says, this is the end card, the World, you're accomplishing something, and the new beginning with the Fool. Starting again, starting over, beginning again. So I love that. And if, these three cards are sort of perpendicular to each other and the rest surround it. So it looks to me like it could be a new home. It looks like you could move. Some of you may be becoming expats, moving out of the country, retiring and moving somewhere else, or just moving out of the country with this shocking new opportunity. That could be for some of you. It could also be a marriage proposal with the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups for some of you. That's beautiful. And you're both absolutely crazy about each other with these two kings. You're sure of how you feel. You're sure of what you want. King of Cups, King of Wands. Both of you being mature, willing to make it legal for some of you, right? And, not jumping too quickly. So let's go down the vertical, because the Fool is going to take a risk, but with the 10 of Pentacles, thinking long term. So it's a smart risk. You're just not going to jump too quickly with the 4 of Cups. You're going to think about it. You know what you want, you know how you feel, and so does the other person. You're both excited, it seems to me, about what you're going to do every day and change your life one way or another. Going to walk through life with passion, emotional maturity. You're both, as in the king suit, either you yourself or you and your partner are acting very maturely about this new change. But it's pretty major with the World and the Fool card and the Justice card. Legalities could be involved. 10 of Cups could be about your family. And with the World, it will be successful. This is an accomplishment. So I love this reading for you. This looks beautiful, Cancer. And whatever this gift is that you opened up, you may have seen some unexpected things that would have maybe really shocked you and surprised you. And so you weren't sure if it was a gift or not. But I think that this is a time in your life where you can make a change that's going to end up being something that really blows your mind and gives you an opportunity here that you never expected. So I wish you the best, and I hope you have a happy Halloween. I'll be here for you next week. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thank you so much, Cancer. I'll talk to you then. Bye. Happy Halloween.